go, people. Another common, beautiful condition again. Beautiful condition. £15.4. So well pleased with that. Take a couple of pictures quickly. Yeah, £15.4. So well pleased, but I'm not going to keep this fish out of the water any longer. I'm going to get it back. I had it at 9:30, same rig again, same spot. So I've got that spot rocking now, by the feel of it. So hopefully I might be in for another one, or another couple. I'd love to get one of the big ones out, but we'll have to see. So yeah, spot on, people. Right, I'm going to turn this camera off because I'm going to get this fish back. Back again. Just thought I'd give you an update. So I had that common, £19 common at 1 o'clock this morning. Beautiful fish. Looked a lot bigger. It was a massive fish. But like you saw on film, it just wouldn't behave. Wouldn't behave at all. Give me a right battle. Right battle. Took me everywhere. And then when I got it close in, must have been playing it close in for 10 minutes. I got it in the flotation sling, put it in the water, and it was as calm as anything. Got my camera gear out and that, put it on the tripod, got everything set up, got it out of the water, and it was just going barmaid, turning itself upside down in the wave sling. I had a right nightmare just getting it out of the water, turning it the right way, and you could see on film it was playing up. Right angry fish. A bit nice fish though. I thought I'd have another one after that, but nothing down that side at all. I left that rod in till down this side till about 10:30, and then this right hand rod, I had 3 bream last night down here. It seems that all I'm picking up off this spot is bream. I've had that one carp that I lost, but no other carp or run since then off of that side. So, and then this morning I've been watching the fish again, and where I said I'd seen the patrol routes, well, thought I had, I was right with the smaller ones, but the bigger carp I've noticed this morning even more so. I have seen them out there, but I could see about 3 lots of them this morning from round this corner. There's like a bush around this corner, I'll show you. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There's like a bush round here, but in between that bush and the bend there, they seem to be all coming out of there, and they're in bunches of 3s and 4s, and there's like 2 or 3 groups at a time moving out, and they're moving out here, across here, along here, it seems, along there, then they're coming back round, moving along there, coming back here, and that's where I'm noticing them moving across here, and then the odd one coming down here. So it seems to me like that spot I've got going here is perfectly alright for night time, but daytime they just don't see many carp down here. I've seen 1 or 2 smaller ones, they just all seem over here. So what I've done is I've gone out with my right hand rod to where I've seen them, and I've put a stiff hinge rig out there with a crave boilie on, and I've fired about 60 baits around it. Got my baiting spot on with a throwing stick, and then my left hand rod I've took out and I've put a bag just as you're going round the corner, but about 25 yards off of it, where I've seen another bunch of them feeding. So I'm going to leave them there till later on, and then tonight, instead of having a rod down here on the right, I'm going to keep that rod out there where I've put them boilies out, put some more boilies and then put my other rod where I've been putting it. What I've done is I've backleaded this rod here. I've got to, else otherwise I'm just going to pick it up, and I'll do the same tonight as well, but I'm not backleading this one. I'm not, it's just that one. I'm having a slight problem with the new line I've put on, the GTHD. It's a brilliant line, I absolutely love it. Only problem I've got with it is it keeps floating up in the water slightly, and there is a lot of floating weed about as well. So when I get home I'm going to soak the spools in fairy liquid, and that should solve the problem. But whenever I fish here, again, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to backlead one of my rods all the time because I play in the fish, because it's such a small space. It's absolutely wicked. I'm loving it here, absolutely loving it. It's brilliant. Look at all these swans. That's only a few of them. I counted 27 the other day in a row, but they don't bother you, and you can see them looking at the fish all the time. They're moving about, the fish are moving about, and you can see the swans looking down at them all the time. So I was absolutely knackered this morning. Like I said, I didn't get back to bed till I had that fish at 1 o'clock. By the time I finished prattling about with the camera gear and that, and taking photos and weighing it, it was bloody 2:45. And then I had another bream, then another bream. I didn't get to bed till, I think it was about 4:45, 5 o'clock, something like that. It might have even been later. So I switched my alarm off because my alarm's set for 5, because I was so tired out. And then I slept through this morning, and then I had another bream about 7 o'clock this morning. But I didn't bother putting that rod back in because I thought all that's going to happen is I'm just going to pick another bream up. And then I went back to sleep till about 8 o'clock, I think it was, 8:30. No, 8:30, sorry. And then I've got up and had some breakfast. Had a bit of fruit loaf and a piece of fruit. And then I've took them rods out and I've took the fishing dog for a walk. She's down there, look. The old fishing dog. Chilling out. She's been wandering about a little bit this morning. She has, but she's alright because there's nobody about and she can't hurt nothing. So, but anyway, I'm going to get some lunch. Well, I can see them out there again, the carp. I can see them, they're all out here in a line down here. Right next to where I've seen them before, where I've put my rig in. They're just milling about over there. It seems to me that the bigger ones are out there. And the two big ones that I've heard bosh out, I had bosh out again last night, but they was tucked right in that reed line over there. So it might be worth putting a rod on that reed line next time, keeping it there. I've already had a rod over there for the first day with a bag on, but nothing, so loads of options anyway. But at least now I know where they're patrolling all the time, so I know what to expect next time and I know what to do. So yeah, buzzing. Well worthy trip. Alright, I'll sign off for now and I'll catch up with you in a bit, people. Okay. Vlog time, people. Had another one. 1 o'clock this morning. It's another common. And he's not behaving at all. Just will not behave. Massive fish. Looks a lot bigger than what it is. I've got to work out yet. I've got to work out how much he weighs. Just won't believe. You won't. Like I said, I had him at 1 o'clock this morning. Left hand rod. Same spot, same rig, same bait. Take a couple more and I'm going to get this back. Because it's just not behaving. Whoa! Very angry fish. Very angry fish. He's not happy. Oh, fucking hell. He just won't behave. Right, that's it. I'm getting back because he's knackered me out. I'm absolutely knackered. Right, let's get him back. Very angry fish. But now buzzing. Buzzing with that. Looks a massive fish. Looks about 25 pounds, but it's not. It weighs 20. I can't remember what it was now. 22. Or was it 23? Just quickly check. And then I'm getting back. Just didn't want to behave. Don't know what the pictures are going to come out like. Weighs 20. £21.9 with a sling. So I've got to work it out yet. Right, I'm going to switch this camera off. Now then people, just sat down having a cup of coffee, got all my bits and bobs done, had something to eat, so I thought I'd sit down and do a bit of an update. Nothing else has happened through the day. What I've done today is I left the rods in, instead of taking the rods out about 11 o'clock and then putting zigs on like I did yesterday. It's been different weather again today. I mean, you can see it's nowhere near as, it might look bright on the camera but it isn't. Might just be the ISO's up too much. But it's still warm. There's been a lot of wind on today. But I've still seen carp down here, same places that I've been seeing them, and I've seen a couple bosh out as well. Seems to me like they're all tucked round this corner. When I was watching it earlier on, it looked like there was a bunch of them here, and I think what they do is they just mill up and down here at certain times, some of them disappear into there, but I ain't seen any today. Mill over here and down here, and I've only seen one swirl on this side today, which looked like a small carp. I've heard none of the big ones that I've been hearing over there boshing out either, and there's been none boshing out along here 3/4 of the way across or halfway across like there has been doing. So whether it's down to the changing weather, which it probably is. So what I did was I left my rods in till about 12 o'clock, 12:15. Left them in from yesterday just to see, with it being a bit duller, whether or not they'd still carry on feeding a bit later, but it hasn't made any difference. So I took the dog, come back, and I thought to myself, well, there's no point in putting zigs on because it's too windy. I'm trying to cast like 9-10 foot zigs from the spot where I am down here. With that wind, it's just not worth it. So what I've done is I've just rested the swim, put no more bait in, nothing, just rested it. And then about 3 o'clock this afternoon, 3:30, I put some more bait in. So what I've done is I've put some more spod mix in, you know, the mix what I showed you in that area again. I've put about just over 1/4 of a bucket out, spread it, not too much, but just in a little bit of an area. And then down this side I've baited slightly heavier with boilies today. More of a spread further round, and spread around here, and then heavier catapult pouchfuls where my bait is, and just see what happens with that. But I tell you something now, I'm absolutely knackered. I fell asleep earlier on. I lay down there on the grass next to the fishing dock and nodded off for an hour. I've hardly had any sleep since Saturday at all, because I think I've had 5 bream, I think. I can't remember now, I don't remember if it's 5 or 6. And I've had them at night time, you see. They've been waking me up at night. So I feel absolutely shattered, so I'm going to bed early tonight. As soon as darkness falls tonight, that's it. I'm going to get in the sack and catch up with my sleep, but I'm going to have another day anyway. So I'll have Thursday here, which is tomorrow, Wednesday today. It's about 6 o'clock now anyway at night. And then go home Friday morning. There's a few showers we've had today. Not heavy showers, just light showers. And the forecast for tomorrow as well, nothing heavy though. So I've left my camera tripods outside at the back of the bivvy set up. Can't hurt now, a little bit of water on them. And then my waders are just fetching, or if it starts pissing it down. So I'm just saying, man, it's starting again now, look. I don't know if you can see it, just starting to spit. But it's still really humid. And the fishing dog down there, Sky, oh, she's ignoring me. She is. I'm going to start calling her the boilie dog from now on, I think. I stand down here to put my boilies in with a catapult, you know, for over here. And you use a Drennan catapult, 2 Drennan catapults, a match catting, and one with a big pouch on it, the power pult. And sometimes some of the boilies could drop out, and I can't always find them all. But she's sussed it now, and she's down there every opportunity she gets, and she keeps finding it. So I'll call her the boilie muncher, I think, from now on. But she's tired out with the heat. She's not getting any younger. She's 11 now. She's as fit as a fiddle though. But yeah, here comes the rain. You can see it now. You can probably hear it. One thing I have noticed on here though is the birds don't bother you. Birds don't bother you at all. Not in the slightest. Coots, swans, nothing. It's almost like they're not bothered. They're more wary of you than anything. I think that's probably because you don't get a lot of people fishing on here. Probably only sees 1 or 2 anglers every month and a half or something. And this spot what I'm in is that spot what that bloke told me about. It was absolutely bang on with the information what he gave me. So if he's out there and he ever watches this, nice one mate. Absolutely sorted. I could have been on that other lake blanking since Saturday. At least I've had some fish out. I know I haven't had nothing massive, but I'd love to get one of these 30s, 40s out of here. Definitely in here because I've heard them. I've seen a couple of big ones and all. So, but I'm going to sign off for now anyway. So I'll say tight lines for now. And I'll see you in a bit, people. Adios, amigos. Vlog time, people. Vlog time. Got myself another. Had a bream about 2:15 this morning. Got that rod back in. Just managed to get back to sleep. And the rod went about 4:20 this morning. Absolutely tore off. And it's a beautiful £19. What was it? Oh, I can't remember now. I'll have to work it out and tell you in a bit. £18.9, sorry. I think it is. £18.9. But it's a lovely common. Absolutely gorgeous. Same bait again, same rigs. So I'll hoist him up. I think he's going to behave. In fact, I'll take a picture at the same time. Beautiful fish, look at that. That mark on it. Stunning fish. Absolutely stunning. I'll give him some more water. Same spot, same rig, same bait. So, got my rod straight back out there. Put him in the sling for half an hour while I sorted the camera gear out and got my rod out. So buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm not going to bother turning him round because it's the same on both sides. So I'm just going to take a couple more shots and then get him back. Oh dear. It's rolled over anyway now. One more. Not a very good picture, that one. I'll take one more. That'll do. I think I'll get this fella back now. Whew, hard work this, especially when you haven't had much sleep over the last few days, but buzzing anyway. So yeah, spot on people. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on what's happening. It's Tuesday night now. Well, say Tuesday night, it's about 4:45, 5 o'clock tea time. And what I've done is, my right hand spot, I've put another half a bucket of bait out on there. That's where this morning I lost a fish, 6 o'clock this morning. What happened was, it was on, it was shooting that way, the line's round the pole to stop it going in from the snag. I got to the rod, pulled hard on it to bring it back up towards the pole, and they shot this way, and it shot underneath my other rod. So I tried to get this rod underneath my other rod, and I couldn't do it. So I ended up pulling down hard on it, putting the rod under the water, and pulled it back this way. Then it looked like it was going out here again, and that was it. It just shot straight round the pole again, really hard, and it got the rod bent double. Well, not double, but you know what I mean, that's a slight exaggeration. And it was heading straight in here, and I was holding it and holding it, and then the next thing you know, I was pulling back on it. I got to near where the pole is, and it just snapped. I think what it is where my pole is, I've got like a clip on it, and I think the back leg got caught underneath that, and the fish just pulled that hard. I think it snapped it in the groove on the clip there of the pole. So what I'm going to do before I put the rod back in is get some tape, masking tape, and mask around it, and that way I can still put my back lead on. I've got to have my back lead on because there's that many roach and small fry in here. If I don't put a back lead on, they're just hitting my line constantly all night, setting my alarm off. So, and then the other fish what I had, that came from that spot again, and that headed that way like a bloody steam train. It was only a little one, £9 2 ounce, and it shot into a weed bed. I pulled it through the weed bed, and then it come in pretty easy after that. But the fish are all along this line here, and they go into the reeds here, they come out, and like I said the other day, they're travelling down here and into this side of these snags. As you go further up this way, up here, there's a load more snags up here, and I think they're travelling in and around there and along, and then when they come up, they come back this way as well. But sometimes you see them further out, crossing there, and crossing and crossing and crossing over here, and they disappear down this side, and then you see them coming all the way back up. Sometimes you've got 6 or 7 of them around here, and 3 or 4 of them around here, and then other times you've got just some of the big ones on their own or in twos coming across. But I've heard some massive lumps over that other side at night time. Definitely 30 pounders they are, without a shadow of a doubt. So, like I say, I put my bait in, got my bait in early, and when I've done this bit of a catch up, I'm going to get my rods back out. But it seems like bite time is morning, early morning. Well, it seems that way. But then again, I've had pick up as well. I've had a couple of other aborted takes on my left hand rod. I think one of them was a bream, but I think the other one was a carp that had done me. And I know they definitely done me, because on my rig I have a piece of silicone down the hook near the bend, so I know if I've had a fish on me, because it knocks the silicone up near the eye of the hook. So I'm enjoying it here. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so peaceful, so quiet, you don't get nobody bothering you. I've been here since Saturday, and I've seen there's a bloke and a woman with a dog this morning that come through this side here, and then there's a bloke and a woman further up that way, past where my van is, over in this area. They're the only people, turn the camera around, they're the only people that I've seen. It's just so quiet, you can hear other people about, but they're all like swimming and barbecuing and things like that. There's some big fish again milling about over there, look. I don't know if the camera will pick them up. Right out here. But it seems like 11 o'clock in the morning, that's it, all these margins then the fish are up in the water, all of them. But I've had rigs out there all day in the daytime since I've been here, and they're just not picking up. I ain't even had any liners out. So with this heat, you get 10:30 when the sun gets on it, which is about 10:30, 11 o'clock when the sun hits it here onto all this lot. And it takes up till now to get behind me, just past behind me. And then it gets to about 6:30, 6:45, and then the sun's not on it anymore, and that's when it seems to come to life again. And you can hear fish all night. You can all night long. It's definitely got a chance of getting a big one out. It's whether or not it's one of the big ones that picks it up before one of the smaller ones does. I mean, that was a better fish this morning what I had. I seen it when it was up in the water near the snag, the swirl of it, and that. It looked about £18, possibly £20. But schoolboy error there. I have to make sure I get some tape on that. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I'm going to have a couple more days anyway. So I've got to cut down what I'm doing with the camera because I don't want to run out of memory cards. I've bought 2 new memory cards, put them in the cameras and they don't work. They're shit. My sister got them for me off the internet. They're absolutely crap. I said to her I want SanDisk ones. I use them all the time, the fast ones. They're really good, they never let you down. But I've got a 64GB one in my other camera and a 64 in this anyway. So I should be alright. Just I've got all the footage on. Look at the water, but it's gone flat calm again now. There has been some breeze showing. And the fishing dog down here, I don't know if you can see it, it's conked out. We've just been for a walk, haven't we, Scar? But it's a killer this heat. I've gone through water, a 10 litre bottle of water, and then another, I think it was 6 bottles, 2 litre bottles. So I've gone through 18 litres of water already, and I'm on my Ridge Monkey now, which has got 10 litres in it, and I've used near enough half of that already. So if I was to stop till Friday, I've got to watch what I'm doing with the water. If I don't think I'm going to have enough water, that'll be it. I shall go Thursday. And then today I've had zigs on. That's what I've done. 11 o'clock, took the rods out, rested the swim, took the dog for a walk, and then I've had zigs on. And I've had one zig out about 35 yards over here where I've seen fish milling about and fizzing, and then over here I've had one out about 55, 60 yards, same thing again where I've seen fish milling about. I had one on an 8-foot zig and one on a 9-foot zig. It's about 10 foot out there, so that's what I'll do again tomorrow. I will do exactly the same. But my right hand rod, last night I put a multi-rig out on that with a Crave pop-up on. What I'm going to do tonight is put a stiff hinge rig out there, so it's a bit more stronger than the multi-rig, you know, with the components and the way it's set up. And that way, if I do get one heading to where all that lot is again, at least I know I've got the pole taped up, and also I've got a stronger rig on, so there shouldn't be no excuses then. Should get it in if I get one on. Yeah, food wise, I've just had some rice, egg fried rice, egg fried rice, 4 pieces of pork, it's like peppered pork slices, with 4 slices of cheese with some salad cream on top. And then at lunchtime I had some bacon, I had a load of rations of bacon, plus I've had some fruit and apple up there, and then this morning I had some pikelets. I've got plenty of food left. It's just too hot though, you don't feel like really eating. Been having a couple of cans of beer at night time. But tonight I'm going to try and get to sleep early. I've been sitting up and sitting up. and there's no point because it seems like the bites are coming early morning. So might be different tonight, I don't know. So that's when bite time seems, around that time. It's strange, we all say bite time on certain places. Is it bite time, or is it the amount of bait you're putting on your spots? It's taking them that long to eat it to get to where your bait is. I don't know, it's a conundrum, isn't it? Sometimes it's worth just pouring no bait in, putting a single out there just to see. I think next time when I come back, when I'm here for a few days again, 4 or 5 days, I might do that on one of the nights just to see. And that way I'll know then. But I'm going to sign off for now because I need to get these rods out before the fish start coming back in the area again. So I don't want to spook them. When I played that fish this morning on the right hand rod, I spooked another one right in front of me. I couldn't believe it. So I was playing that one and there's another one come out under night where I was playing the other one. Unbelievable. Right. I'll catch up with you in a bit then, people. Adios, amigos. Tight lines. Vlog time, folks. Got another one. It's only a small one though. I think it's £9 too. A mirror, nice fish though. I lost one this morning about 6 o'clock. It took me into the snags and I just couldn't get it out. And I've got a pole in the water to keep it from heading into the snags, but I've had to have a back lead on that rod, and I think the back leg got caught on the pole and I lost the whole lot, which I'm absolutely gutted about. But the lead will have been off, so hopefully it will have shed the hook. I would have thought so. But nice fish, it's in good condition, beautiful fish, lovely fish. And it's shitting out snails, hemp as well. It's been right on my bait. Can you see that, people? Lovely mirror, beautiful condition, beautiful. Fantastic, buzzing. So I lost one this morning at 6, had this one about 10 to 7. So they're definitely about, I'm in the right spots. This was off my right hand rod this time, over my baited area. I had a baited area and then I had a pop up on a multi-rig, Crave pop up. So, and it's absolutely shitting my bait out. It is. Just grab a towel. Whoa, nearly tripped over my line. Move that out of the way. Get some water in it. And take a couple of shots and then get it back. Lovely. The other side's in just as good condition, just as good. And this come off my left hand rod. It went straight into a reed bed. So where I'm fishing, I'm just off of a reed bed, but I'm on a clear spot. So stay there, Sky. Stay there. Stay there. A couple more shots. Well, I can Yes, guy. See there? Plenty of water because it's that hot. I'll get this fish back in a minute. Couple more shots. One more. We'll get this fish back. Get this fish back. Just switch the camera off. And this camera as well.